How's
Live.
it live? Man, finally.
All right, it's coming on. Hey, this could be the greatest show we do today, maybe. I guess the music's playing. I'll be doing my head. I don't know if it's on. I can't hear it.
What was that? All right, there it is. This thing on? Is this microphone on? Or am I using the computer?
I can hear you, so what the hell? Or this scream. I'm only thousands of miles away.
Test. Testing. I think it's on.
Okay.
Microphone. Check. Can't tell if it's a microphone or my computer. I did some editing yesterday and output. So output is, I never know which one's input and which one's output. All right, Rip. What's up, man?
All right. This is the greatest day of my life. Could be the last day of my life. Hey, when you're 71 but in the prime of life, baby. I think we're in the top 10 for oldest guys on podcasts and stuff. A lot of people trying to copy us, wearing the hats, trying to be over.
You don't have a hat on.
Huh?
You don't have a hat on.
No, I was going to go over there, and then I can't see it over. Then I got to get up, then I got to get down. I said, oh, it ain't worth it.
You used to wear a hat a lot on our show. Why don't you wear a hat anymore?
What would I just say?
Well, today you have to get up and walk over there. But what about the last 32 weeks? Well,
hey, I don't want to get everybody to just think, oh, he's just wearing that hat because he's got that kayfabe bald spot, which we expose to the world, so they do know I have the kayfabe bald shot spot. So it's not going to look like I'm putting a cap on backwards like a Yankees cap or something like that to hide my bald spot. I'll just keep my head up and not put my head down like that where you can see my bald spot.
Oh, God, that's sick.
My bald spot?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
70QQ said audio video is good. Thanks, man. Frank's Pickle Barrel ass in the house. Hello, Ripper and Chopper and Trooper. Opinion Haber snuck in here today.
Well, he'll make the 8-second thing. He'll be in, get out, then he'll be the army of one. The army of two minus the army of one. He'll just be over and he'll do the spin, salute, and go off and everything. The vet, Jamie.
He's in green, longest living member of our show. Bull Digging in the house. Welcome back, Bull Digging. Yo.
Yo. Du Trois. He's probably been hanging out in Germany, just being what Germans do. Not saying Sieg Heil or nothing like that, or goose stepping. That's kayfabe now. But now he might be growing a mustache, just cut off a little bit, and it's dark there, and he's greasing his hair back and putting he waves to everybody. He says, instead of saying hi, he says Heil. But anyway, that's what happens when you're bull digging in Germany.
Screaming Baboon in the house said, Manny the fat Mexican toad fears me. Ooh.
Well, hey, we ought to start doing some kind of physical challenge with Manny the Weasel Valverdes. He's in tip-top shape. He's probably been doing extra drills with his whoever little dig team he's supporting. So he's probably in the greatest shape he can possibly be in the late stages of life. And he's not hungry because he's got the hot dogs on his neck. But I'd like to see.
He said, Manny's in the chat. He said, I never fear anyone not smart enough to spell Mexican. Because Baboon spelled it MESS, spelled it wrong. So Weasel said he's not scared of Baboon. He can't even spell.
Well, what I do is I don't ever proofread nothing, right? So when I'm hit boop, 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 like I'm typing like I was in Mr. Dyer's typing class in 1970 at Seymour High School. I didn't need to do it because I typed like a girl. But now I can't type like a girl on my phone because my fingers, I can't see good. So make a lot of mistakes, but I ain't going back and do it. And something I type, and then the damn autocorrect thing.
What's that got to do with Manny's comment? What are you doing? You trying to stick up for Baboon, saying that he just had a typo and you do it, so it's okay for him to do it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know anybody that don't have typos.
Well, I doubt it. I doubt he spelled it replaced an X with 2 S's on a typo. I think he just say Mexican.
He what?
Anyway, I'll give Screaming Baboon a $2 super chat, though. Can you hear the music, Rip? Could you hear the music when I was playing it?
No.
No.
But I saw you bebopping your head. But when it's over, it'll all be there. So it's like it's the secret kayfabe thing of all of a sudden the music's playing. I didn't really see you bebopping your head, but you always play the music. That's why I was going like this or whatever. Didn't know if it was working or not. But that's okay. That's your the secret kayfabe rib you do on me where I can't hear it, and then you laugh.
Not a rib. T. Weasel said he is the president of the Tiffany Stratton fan club. I'd be in that fan club.
Oh, okay. I'm still a Jade Cargill man.
No comment. Italian watching in the village of Green Valley. Shane Park's here from Roseburg, Oregon. Raining here today.
Well, it always rains in Oregon. Every day of the year it rains. That's a little bit exaggeration, but that's what it's known for, is raining.
Aaron in the house. Puzzly Monster in the house. Big George in the house. Wants to know if you still have any coffee. Stephen Keys in the house. Sean NG in the house. Billy Ray Dollar and Green in the house. All the top stars are here today, Rip.
Well, I'm drinking the coffee right now that George sent me. I got one thing of noodles left, and then I'll have to figure it out. But I did hit 172.8 at the gym 3 days ago. I haven't got on it since then because I was eating a whole lot. But so I knew since you're on that diet, you're looking bigger, you're eating healthy, you're a potential Mr. Olympia candidate and everything, especially the over 40 contest. So I'm just trying to follow Vaughn Lilas, my hero.
So what do you say? You weighed 178?
No, 172.8.
172.8? That's low, isn't it? It's got to be low, doesn't it?
Yeah. Uh-huh. But then again, if I eat normal, all of a sudden I'm 187.
224.8 this morning. 25 days ago, I was 240.6, I think it was.
Shit, we're like Mr. and Mrs. Dietitian or something like that.
Well, you got. I don't know that you're on a diet. You still eat Dollar General food or whatever it's called.
Well, you have to eat something, don't you?
I know, but I wouldn't call that is it a diet? I wouldn't call that a diet.
Your diet is what you eat.
So what is your diet then? What is your diet to lose weight?
Don't eat as much. Don't eat it. Really, all dieting is calories. Too much, not enough calories, you lose weight. Eat too much, then you're going to gain weight.
Do you ever eat any protein, Rip?
I get the milk things and I dilute it down a whole lot so I can have a whole lot of it. But basically with the milk, and that's about it.
Well, you get you some protein.
Huh?
You probably ought to get you some protein.
I know, but I've been bartering for some protein, but my good looks, it hasn't translated into success of getting protein with my good looks.
I mean, does the dollar store sell meat? Do they sell anything in protein? Do they sell meat?
Yeah, you can get hot dogs and some gimmick turkey and stuff like that. Yeah.
Frank's Pickle Barrel House is a new member. He said it took his membership away. Maybe you're in a different. Did you log in with a different account, Frank, by chance? Maybe you're a member in another account. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. Screaming Baboon, $2 super chat. Who is Tiffany Stratton, that ice skater with a bat? No, that was who was that chick that attacked?
Yeah, I remember that.
Was that Monica Lewinsky? Or was that the girl that blew Clinton?
Yeah, that was the girl that blew Clinton.
Well, then who was the one who did the bat?
Yeah,
I guess Nancy Kerrigan was the chick that she hit.
Okay.
God, what was her name? Surely somebody knows who did the. Wasn't
somebody's
got
somebody's got
lead pipe. Tanya Harding. Thanks, Puzzle Monster.
Oh yeah, she was a hell of a heel. She would be a superstar on Wrestling Today, being the heel. But then today they might just turn her baby face as a rib. So what the hell, right?
I think she was didn't she get into like porn or something for a minute?
Well, hell, but what girl don't get into porn today? Miss OnlyFans. They get on WWE and they're there as there. Then they quit because they can make more doing the OnlyFans on a short period of time. But anyway,
I don't know. It seems to me like some of them are doing it for a long period of time. So Lewinsky blew rip and said Clinton had nothing. Screaming Baboon said.
Lewinsky. No, I want to. Monica Lewinsky. Ew, please. I need like Jade Cargill or something like that, you know.
Tell us about our guest today, Rip.
Well, I will when we get down there.
I mean, you can tell people she's coming on. I'm not saying do an interview without her on here, but let the people know what we have in store for them today.
Well, we had over 3,500 impressions, so hopefully that helps. What we had between you plugging it, me plugging it, her plugging it, this and that. Anyway, Ray Lyn's going to be in here. You go, who the hell's Ray Lyn? Well, Ray Lyn is she's from Pittsburgh. She used to go to OVW. She's wrestled in England. She's wrestled in Japan. She's wrestled on the WOW thing with the Dave McClain thing on the West Coast. So it ain't her first county fair. She's going to Mexico soon too. But she's also works as a hairstylist and stuff. So I was trying if I could get her to, but I need her to cut my beard and trim my hair up and everything, because once I get that cut down, and I'm good for another year, and I don't have to mess with it again. But Ray, oh yeah, she makes some commercials for different things on the internet, it's like Jimbo Uno does. He's pushing certain products. She pushes certain products, or it's like creatine, this and that. So she's a hustler out making money, just using the internet the way I don't know how to do it. So she's gonna be popping in later. She's got a very busy schedule.
12:30-ish.
Yeah, I said 12:30-ish, and then hopefully I don't get cut off with the phone call and everything. So hey, what about that IU football game tomorrow?
Yeah, at Oregon should be a good one. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, IU is 5-0. They're ranked 7 in the AP and the coaches poll, and they play Oregon tomorrow. Of course, they're the baby faces. They're on the road, so should be a great game. But IU football, last time they had a really good team, I was a little kid, and it was Harry Gonzo, John Eisenbarger, and all those guys going to the Rose Bowl. John Pont was coach, but then again, that's just memory lane.
You were a little kid last year?
What was they last year?
They were undefeated and they lost one game, the last game of the year, I think it was, and then they made the playoffs. I mean, they made the 12-team playoff.
They didn't have to play. They made the Rose Bowl and was undefeated. Then they lost.
Yeah.
So
I would consider last year a good team, finishing in the top, 10.
Well,
12.
If Indiana finishes in the top even 25, that's a great team for them, because Indiana is known for basketball, or used to be, and not football.
Shit, they ain't been known for basketball forever. Everybody always says that, but they don't do dick in basketball. When's the last time IU was any good in basketball?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, if I lived there, years ago, all I got was I got IU basketball and Purdue basketball. Then I would see some Louisville and Kentucky basketball. And now I pretty much don't watch TV. So what the hell?
Frank's Pickle Barrel asks $5 super chat. Hollywood coming to girls' school. Should I get her to do my wife?
Well, I guess, Frank, if you got a lot of money, you want to spread it out to Hollywood, I guess she'll be glad. I seen her last week when I went to the Power Slap thing. It was in downtown Las Vegas here. So there was 3 guys from Future Stars of Wrestling, where I teach on Tuesday nights, and it was 3 people won $10,000. They won their slaps, and then somebody else didn't win, but they got $5,000 for doing it anyway. So the power slap thing was cool. I saw people get knocked out. A lot of profanity there. A lot of drunken fools running around. This and that. Our good buddy Sin Bodie, he's second in command. Dana White runs it, but Sin runs the show. So he has fun, makes some jingle. Everybody's over. Everybody likes watching that power slap. And I just stayed for the one in the afternoon. Then they had one. They had a 2-hour break, and they was doing the one live on YouTube. But I said, man, I'm tired of sitting here. So, but anyway, so I got the hell out of there. But
did you get a picture with Hollywood, Haley J?
No, I just sat out there. No, she come out. All the performers, they all had to be in the back, and they would come out, and then they would do whatever. Then they would go back in. So I didn't see her till she came out after
the show at the school, and she's gonna wrestle there. Is that what you're saying?
Do what now?
I was asking Frank, who paid the $5 super chat, what he meant by coming to girls' school. Anyway. Send aboard, $30. He's back, he says. I'm back. Hey, Rip, can you tell your assessment of Tony Charles as a wrestler in Southeastern Championship Wrestling?
Okay. Tony Charles was a smaller guy. He had that great broken nose. He was the English guy, so he was like he was like a shooter. But everybody was scared of the English boys because all the English boys knew how to hurt you and they knew how to wrestle. And he had another job. I can't off the top of my head right now. I can't think what it was. So he was always wrestling in like the southern, like the Pensacola territory for Fullers and stuff. But yeah, Tony Charles, he was a great pro. He was a great technician, and nobody messed with him because he was a badass. But that's the great Tony Charles, and he had that nose broken so many times, the old smashed out nose gimmick.
Thank you, center of the board. Screaming Baboon, Holy got larger snavens than you and shall leave. Go ahead and you read his typo and then make excuses for him and all that kind of stuff. So go ahead.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's like, yeah, he don't proofread either. That's quite obvious. It says Holy got larger snavens than you and shall leave. I'm going to translate that in what I think is. I don't understand at all what it means. He's trying to say. I guess she's saying she's got the extended piss flaps, and you and shall. I don't know. He's like me. He's got no matter what it is, because you got that autocorrect shit put up, and he's got them fat fingers because he's got that world's biggest arm.
He said WFE shall leave.
What's that?
I don't know.
WFE shall leave. Well, I don't know what that means. What's WFE mean? Like I Mr. Know what that stuff means.
Stephen Keys wants to know if you met Dana White.
No. No, he was there in the back the whole time. And I never saw him because I pulled in conveniently late. So I didn't see him.
Screaming Baboon said you're killing him, Rip.
He says, yeah, killing me. Well, that one was better. But at least he's on the world's greatest podcast we're doing today. unless I have a heart attack and croak now or anything like that. Be, you know, like I could go live on the thing, and then I could see it now. Screaming Baboon in Australia, he could be, it'd be like worldwide, and he could be he could take my place, and then you'd have the baseball cap on, and he'd just be posing a big bicep. I think he's getting ready for the Mr. Olympia, but he's kayfabe me on it. I know Weasel's not.
Send the board, $10 super chat. Oh, thank you, Baboon, by the way. Thank you. How over was the junior heavyweight division in Southeastern Championship Wrestling?
Well, that's your stepping stone. I was a junior heavyweight champion when I first came in there, and I was having, let's say I was having real good matches. So we worked an angle on TV with Jacques Rougeau where he started calling me Fatso. It looks like my butt was getting bigger, my belly was getting bigger. So they actually put me on the scales, and I was too heavy, and I was mad about it. So there I was, the smallest guy in the territory, and they were calling me Fatso, but I was elevated to wrestle for the Southeastern Champion, Continental Championship, etc., like that, because I got fat. So it was a big deal for me to not break a sweat. The people were yelling Fatso, Fatso, and I just tell them to shut up, and that'd be it. And all of a sudden it's 10 minutes gone, 10 minutes remaining, and then hadn't touched anybody, and it was great. Called learning to work.
They like when you say piss flaps, Rip.
Yeah, that's from Regal. You got the piss flaps are dragging the ground, love. You know, just like the
Shane Parks in green. Did you ever meet or wrestle Rip Oliver?
I was on shows with him and stuff like that, but I was the original Rip that was in Oregon. Then he went out there and he homesteaded for a long time. And then, speaking of the Pacific Northwest, in February, they got a hold of me about they got a big fan fest out there. So I'm supposed to go to the fan fest there in Portland. So if there's any old arena rats, they'd have to be real old then, because I was there in 79 and 80. So they're probably 6 to 60, blind, crippled, or crazy. Not prime of life, but you can pick me up at the airport. You can bring me food to eat. We can dabble with sexual extravaganzas. I'll just put I'll take my glasses off so I won't be able to see anything. So you better start training now, lose some weight, and be in tip top shape, because I don't do ugly fat girls. So anyway, that's just a thought to think about when I'm coming to Portland, Oregon at the big extravaganza, in Portland, Oregon in February.
Wow, didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Well, this just happened like 3 days ago, and of course it's written on my paper plate, so I could do that.
Yeah,
talking about this and that.
Oh, I skipped one there. Shane Parks, $2 super chat. Ever meet or wrestle Don Leo Jonathan?
Okay.
Oh,
the great.
Go ahead.
The great Don Leo Jonathan was at the time, years ago, he drew 29,000 people to wrestle Andre the Giant in Montreal, and for years, and it was at the old baseball park, Jari Park, where the Montreal Expos, where they first started. They had over 29,000 people there, and that was the real. And that was as big as the stadium. The old stadium was like the Reds playing at Crosley Field when it was 20-some thousand at Crosley Field in Cincinnati, where the Reds played. But yes, I wrestled Don Leo Jonathan. He was so coordinated. He could work like a little guy, but he was legit 6'6", stronger than shit, athletic as hell. But he really lived up in the Vancouver area, in Vancouver, Canada. But he used to come in and work a lot of shows for Don Owens, especially when we would go up to Vancouver for promoter Al Tomko, or he'd come in and work Seattle, and every once in a while for Portland for the great Don Owens in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, you probably can't see it. Big George, thank you. Just sent this to us. Saturday, February 21st, Hustler Rip Rogers, Holiday Inn, Portland Airport. Don't miss it. Be there. Portland, Oregon.
That'll be the greatest thing at the holiday at the airport there that day. at least.
Maybe Shane Parks can go. Isn't he from Roseburg, Oregon? And that's got to be. It's in Oregon. It's got to be close. Just
Well,
like
that's about 3 hours.
Oh well, I mean, 3 hours to see you, Rip.
Well, yeah, look at it that way.
Yeah.
Then he'd have to take some pictures with me. So
Screaming Baboon said for $2 super chat. Yeah, and I just speak unintelligible and abusive.
Oh, Screaming Babu, I'll mention one comment, and he'll go off. He does more profanity than me, but his is much more colorful, and I think he has some sexual problems because I think his hammer's too big because he has a lot of animosity towards women. I can't believe that because women, they're not fat, they're not abusive, they don't have that stupid mouth that they have, and you might want to punch him in the mouth, but I think SB Screaming Baboon, I think he would punch him.
Oh, yeah, we're not promoting.
No, we're not promoting
violence against women on this show, Rip.
I said could, but they're you can't go around wearing earmuffs all the time or plugs in your ears because fat women, always got to have that disgusting mouth.
COB, center of the board, $10 super chat. Many people crap on Thunderbolt Patterson, but I saw him wrestle for ICW. What did you think about his tenure in ICW?
Thunderbolt's still wrestling. Imagine that. Down south, he was the Black Hulk Hogan years ago. You go to anything down south, he drew the people. He was a great draw. We had him at ICW, and he was wrestling. He couldn't do very much, but you knew that that the audience was going to be a whole lot better because he was working. But he was one of the great stars, especially down south. You go to an audience, and I said, well, I'm the only white person here, I'm thinking, but what the hell? Tebow could draw. There was going to be no violence in Thunderbolt's matches. And he would say, if only I could say that on TV. And he could have, but he never did. But he always point out every day this, if he could, he says, I'm full up to here. I wish I could say that on TV. But anyway, Thunderbolt's still alive, still kicking. The great Thunderbolt Patterson drew a lot of money, especially in the southern part of the United States.
Could he move in his prime? Was he in his prime when he was at ICW?
Shit, he was in his prime 50 years ago, and he's still in his prime. If you condition him that you work slow and methodical, then slow and methodical it is. And I guess there's really no reason to work up a sweat because you're the maestro in that ring. You're leading the charge. You're leading the band, and you're the star. But the fans would be there lined up, just couldn't wait. Just couldn't wait for Bolt because he was full, and he couldn't say that on TV.
Love it. Thanks, center of the board. Screaming Baboon, $5 super chat. Bobby Jagger said he was here, best booker ever in Oregon with Rip Oliver. Did you respect his authority, Rip? Did he make you thousands? He never rate you.
Well, if you know Bobby, like most professional wrestlers, he used to be partners with Dutch Mantel years ago, and they had the whips. But Bobby, he could tell stories better, just like Dusty. He could make all the stories up. He was always putting himself over. He was from Dunlap, Kansas, and I used to rib him. I said, I went by your ranch, and there was one horse there, and he was like humpback because Dunlap, Kansas, Bobby Jaggers. He could take any story, that lasted 10 seconds. He could string it on for 20 minutes. There was not a lick of truth, but he was entertaining as hell. And the main thing is I ain't mad at him.
Screaming Baboon, $2 super chat said Bobby Jaggers was a huge star and wouldn't lie.
Well, no, no. What he was, it's called embellishing. So when Jesus when he fed the 5,000 people there, did all of a sudden he pulled out some loaves and fishes, and then all of a sudden he put his head down to get to give them to somebody, and all of a sudden, boop, 1,000 more just popped out of the blue with this and that. So a lot of stuff is illusion. Hell, it could have been Harry Houdini going back and doing that. And Bob, but Bob, yeah, Bobby Jaggers was a huge star. Just ask him, and he wouldn't lie. Just ask him. And if I made one trip with him, and no matter what you said, uh, he was going to one up you, so it didn't matter. If you could do 5,000 squats in a row, well, see, he said, well, hell, I could do 6,000 on one breath too. So, and then looking at looking at his tremendous physique, as the great Sam Miniker would say, you could tell that Bobby was sort of stretching the truth. But he's not here to defend himself because he's brown bread. But anyway, the great Bobby Jaggers, he was. You get him and Dusty in there, and there'd be some great tales. That's for sure.
Bobby Jaggers may not be here to defend himself, but
Oh, look, somebody's popped in. She's
Okay.
right on time too.
we have a special guest today.
The
Welcome to
special
the show,
guest.
Ray Lyn.
Let me do
Hey.
let me do a drum roll here.
Okay.
Okay, we got Ray Lyn, the star of Wow, OVW. She's wrestled in Japan and England, and I think she's going to Mexico. She said,
I am, yes.
"Yeah, this ain't her first county fair." Now she's cut hair and beards, and I was trying to get her to connive some way she could cut my hair and beard, but I don't think she could reach through the
I can't, but I'm
kaleidoscope.
going to be in Vegas in a few weeks and I can bring my stuff. We can clean you up a little bit.
Okay, well, I think you got to clean me up a lot of bit.
Is that you're looking like, are you doing Santa Claus part-time this year?
Well, I did one last year,
Yeah.
one Santa Claus thing, and what it is, I just don't like to shave, and the kayfabe bald spot is now all bald spot. So if I put my head down, you can see it. So I'll just keep my head up, and, and the beard I can trim it a little bit here, but I need somebody that's a pro. Somebody's got their own scissors. Somebody as a hairstylist where it's not county fair. Somebody that I can see on the internet when she's plugging this protein and that protein and being Miss Internet. Somebody, and they got to be from like Pittsburgh, because that's where
Oh my gosh.
like Pat McAfee was from, and all the top stars with this and that. And then when you start doing your research on Pittsburgh, it's one of the most over cities in the world.
It is.
When I was brought up living in Seymour, Indiana, which is not in the top 10 list of places to live right now. But I was born there, and I'll probably croak there because maybe my brothers and sisters can get me a headstone or whatever. Or I might just recommend the trash guy just throw me in the thing or just do the thing right there, and who gives a shit. But anyway, Ray Lyn's here. She got some shit to talk about, I'm thinking.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, well, I get talking and I won't shut up, you know.
Oh, I know, Rip. I know our phone conversations are always really long.
Yeah, well, what's happening is I can't see you and you can't see, so all that heavy breathing that's going on during the phone thing, you know. And
Mhm.
I always have some lotion on me, and then I'll throw it in the microwave for about 10 seconds, because
He
20
likes to
seconds.
stay hydrated.
Yeah, 20 seconds keeps it sort of burns the tip, you know, and the tip for the day. Anyway, I cut you off. So how you been doing? That's all we need to know.
I'm good. I've been nice and busy. Like you said, I got to go to England this year for the first time, which is really exciting. I'm still cutting hair. And yeah, protein products. You pretty much covered it all.
Man,
Well,
just did her whole promo for her.
He
Rip.
did. I don't even, he covered it all right there. But it's been great, been busy. Uh, I've been around for like 13 years now wrestling, so I couldn't really ask for much more. I thought I'd be like thought I was going to start slowing down, but every time I think it's about to slow down, I get busier.
Well,
that's a good thing.
you're just a woman. You're using the system. You're saying, oh yeah, and I'm on here. The main thing is you're not fat, which is always a plus, right? So you go to
Kept
bed
in shape.
hungry. You have to go to bed hungry every night. You uh, you got it. Well, you can't bust your balls, but bust your ovary or whatever. You're over worldwide on the internet or whatever. So you're doing fine for yourself, and y'all in Dallas now, ain't you?
Yeah, we moved to Texas about 2 years ago. It's definitely a big change from Pittsburgh. It's nice because I'm in the center of the country and it opened up like a whole new market to me wrestling wise. I
Mm-hmm.
miss Pittsburgh, but Dallas is okay. It'll do for now.
We do have a couple questions in the chat here. So
Yeah.
we forgot one Screaming Baboon right when you were getting ready to come on, Ray Lyn. You might have heard Rip giving a religion lesson today. So
Oh, I missed that.
shout out to Screaming Baboon, $2 super chat. Wants to usually it's raging with Rip Rogers. Today it's religion with Rip Rogers. So nice change of pace there. Shane Parks does have a question though for Ray Lyn. Do you have any heroes in wrestling? And have you got to meet them or wrestle them? $5. Thanks, Shane Parks.
So
Are you talking? You're talking. This is for Ray Lyn, right?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
step back, Rip. Let somebody else answer a question for a change.
Well, I'm trying to just see the thing.
So I know this is someone that Rip speaks highly of as well, Mickey James. I got to wrestle her. I was so new to wrestling. I think I'd only been wrestling for like 6 months, but Mickey James could wrestle a broomstick and make him look good. She's an amazing. Like sometimes they say don't meet your heroes, but she was one of the people. She's nice to every single person in the building. She's amazing. I couldn't say enough good things about her.
She was on the show once. She was awesome on here.
She's fun. She's kind to everyone. She walks in the door, she's nice to everyone. But I think she understands more than anything that like you could be up here one day and then the next day you're down here. So I try to have that same attitude. I try to be nice to everyone I meet because you never know who's going to be who. You just don't. People that I didn't think would do anything become writers or they end up being a ref or at WWE. So you never know who's actually going to get a job. So just better to be nice to people.
Well, the key to getting a job is one of them is you might be Samoan, and then all of a sudden you could have a job with anybody. So anyway, I think I'm gonna start practicing being a Samoan, then I can get a job.
You should. I think that's what you've been doing wrong this whole time.
I think that's what it. Well, one of the many things.
Right on cue. You and Baboon must have had another conversation this morning, Rip, about Samoans because he just made a $2 super chat. Do you do that power slap? I'm assuming he's talking to you, Ray Lyn, not Rip. Hit 400-pound Samoans. Have you ever participated in power slap? Rip's a big power slap fan now.
I don't think I would do that. No, I used to box and I don't like getting punched in the face. I don't think I would really like being slapped in the face. Rip and I actually talked about this the one day. And I'm worried that I got knocked out once, right, in a boxing match, and it made me pee my pants. I got knocked out, and like it's something that happens sometimes when you get knocked out. I couldn't imagine getting slapped in the face and then like peeing my pants on television. Rip says to lean into it and get like t-shirts and everything of that, but I think I'd be a little embarrassed.
No,
like Billy Madison, or what was it?
Right? That was Billy Madison.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can you cut Rip's hair on live TV? Maybe when
what
you're
do you
in
say,
Vegas,
Rip?
you can arrange that.
Well, how long is your arm?
Not today, Rip.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'd have to be in the same place. Or we could put a video of it, and we could be ribbing, cutting jokes, and probably put it on nationwide pay-per-view.
Yeah, we could do that. I'll be in Vegas on the 29th through the 31st, so we can arrange that.
Okay. Here she is on worldwide, whatever it is, and she's wanting to arrange something with me. Now, I don't want to say what that is. Now, I have to pee about every hour, so I have to. So I don't think the oomp's right there as it used to be. It used to be like a rock, and now it's sort of bends a little bit, but what the hell, right? So
Billy Ray Dollar, $9.99 super chat. I'm sure you'll get to it, but what is your history with Rip? How'd you and Rip meet? How do you know Rip? How do you two know each other? I guess is the question Billy Ray Dollar wants to know.
I actually don't remember the first time I met Rip, but I went to OVW and Rip, I don't think you were allowed to train the girls at the time when I was there.
Imagine that.
But towards the end of my OVW stay, I was lucky enough to get to do Rip's class a few times. But yeah, I met Rip at OVW. I remember going to the gym, and Rip was always at the gym in Indiana. He goes to the gym more than anyone I know. Don't you have a record at the anytime? Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. But what the hell, right? You know.
Right.
Do they have a record board at your new gym, Rip?
Yeah.
No, they don't. But everybody there knows me, and everybody leaves me alone, and which I hate people anyway. So me, I'll get on some machine and do 300 reps in a row with a light weight, while the normal person gets on there. Everybody there's got their phone. Then they sit there and do it one set. Then they sit for 7 minutes.
It drives me crazy. I have things to do.
and I'm training at a 24-hour place. No matter what time you come in, everybody's fighting for
the machines.
For any machine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, I hate this place. And I look around and there's all these girls. They got the tight this thing on and that thing. And percentage wise, it's better than most. And the women are of a darker hue, so that's always a plus.
Oh, you love that.
Oh, oh yeah, little Sue Chocolata, little light skin mocha, this and that. But it's okay. So walk an hour to the gym every day. If I got any money, then I get some Dollar Tree stuff when I walk back. So I get 2 hours a day of walking. Then at least ride the bike at least 4 hours a day, and then do about 2 hours of high rep light weights. Since I think I'm about the oldest guy in there.
That's a lot of fitness, Rip.
Well, I got to get all the fitnesses I can, because most of my buddies that all took steroids and that were drunks, etc., they're all croaked now. So I'm trying to stay on and not be croaked.
It's a good plan. Not get croaked.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to croak, and we don't know exactly when it's going to happen.
We never know.
No. So at least when I go out, I should be half-ass in shape. So they said, "Damn, he's dead, but damn, he looks pretty good." You know, some guy said he said something to me yesterday, and he says, "Oh, you look good for an old man." I said, "Honey," well, he was a guy. I called him honey. I said, "Honey, you're in the prime of life. I look better than you now."
You really do. I was always surprised by how, like, I've worked out with you a few times, and I'm just surprised. Like, Rip's arms are so big still, and he does it. It's no joke. He does like 300 reps of everything, and he's not just like sitting around he's working out like the whole time. Maybe breaks in between the exercises, but he's getting it the whole time.
I don't know. Last time I was with him at a gym, he took a couple naps. He fell asleep on the bike. So
were you showing off that day, Rip? Maybe you were showing off.
No, I actually that's when I actually had a job still, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I was doing that. So I was trying to work out with no fucking sleep and shit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the stud service is not going too good right now. So I always got to take a bag with me, put it over my head where you can't see out. I need to, I'm thinking about thinking the masked grandpa is the new just OnlyFans thing with this and that. So
there is a market for everything, right?
Yeah. And then I take my teeth out and shit like that. So if it's out there, it's like the WWE superstar girls. They make more money doing the OnlyFans. It's
when they leave. Yeah.
But yeah, hell, they could make more in a year than they could do a lifetime of wrestling. I ain't mad at them.
I was with a friend. We were it was after a show, And we went to pay the bill, and she's like, "Oh, I got this." And I'm like, "No, it's fine. I can get my own." And then she told me how much she made on OnlyFans that year, and I was like, "Oh no, you can pay my bill."
Yeah.
Like, it
As
was
a,
insane.
as a matter of fact, I want to get. Can you get some stuff for me to go? And I'll give me 6 dinners, and we'll take them out, and I can
Yeah, right.
eat
You
for
pay my
that.
rent this month.
Yeah, please.
I
And
just can't believe there's that much money to go around for all these
Honestly,
girls that are supposedly on OnlyFans. How do they all make so much
it's
money?
so crazy because the girl told me she made like $400,000 that year, and she bought a house. Just
Wow.
like that's mind blowing.
Like, I get it for like some girls, but there's so many, it seems like. I just don't know how there's that much money out there
Well,
that
I
people
heard
pay.
a statistic once that the internet was like 90% porn. I don't know if it's still that way, but it used to be. People spend their money on it, you know?
I guess.
It's a vice.
Rip, do you pay for any porn sites or OnlyFans pages or anything like that?
No, but I can sure hell get the free ones on the internet, and that's where I'm at all day. What the hell, right? I got one right hand. I don't want, if I do it left-handed, it's like it's like a strange girl, right? But I'm used to the right-handed thing. So just you got the lotion right here by the table, 10 seconds in, and think about whoever you want to. Don't cost any money. Don't have to throw them out. Don't have to put up
See?
with their disgusting
And just
mouths
for free.
or their opinion. Yes, it's awesome.
That's the thing that blows my mind, how we were saying how people make so much money when there's all this access to free stuff all over the internet and people are still making that kind of money.
See, Rip, you've been talking about for a long time doing this mass grandpa
You
OnlyFans.
should.
Why don't you just do it?
Rip, whenever I come see you, we'll set up your site.
Yeah,
Oh,
just do it.
well, okay. Now you heard that here on Wrestling with Rip Rogers live. So Ray Lynn's in charge of that.
Yeah,
So,
I'm running Rip Rogers
you're going to
OnlyFans account.
yeah, but I'm not quite there as Mr. Technology. So
I'm your manager now. I got you.
okay, she's got me. That's all that matters. So, ladies and gentlemen, now look at Ray Lyn. She has so much confidence. She come on today without a hat on. She come on in today. She did no makeup on. She come in, said, "It's me. I'm going to order you men around. You're going to do as I say because I'm a hot biatch, and I'm gonna peddle the protein that you're going to take because you need some muscles."
You need muscles.
Yeah, no, I can tell that you just I can just tell you dominate men. I can tell that.
I mean, I don't think so. Maybe a little, but
Oh,
I had like a roommate in wrestling school. I had a couple male roommates, and I'm a small girl, you know that. And they'd be like, "Rachel's terrifying." And I don't know what's scary about me, but they did what I asked them to do all the time.
well,
Because I have a
wait a minute.
little attitude.
Wait,
I'm a
wait a
little
minute.
fiery.
Wait a minute. Were you young?
Yeah, I was like 23.
Okay, in the
24.
prime of life, baby. Were
Yeah.
you thin? Were you not fat?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely not
In
fat.
other words, every guy on this world, if he could get with a 23-year-old that wasn't fat and you were telling him what to do, yes, what can I get you? What do you need? Every guy's a fucking simp. I say, no, fuck you, bitch. Yeah.
You're AT. All talk, baby.
Oh, okay.
I've seen you around girls. You're all talk.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen you say "F you, bitch" to any of them.
Oh, well, you ain't been with me lately.
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
We'll talk after the show.
Yeah. Just because you got the hat on backwards, and
Creamy Baboon, $5 super chat. Mass Grandpa shirt with black latex hood and fishnet singlet and no tights. Ooh, I like it. Long white-haired back. That's your look from Screaming Baboon.
That's quite an aesthetic.
For your OnlyFans. There you go,
So,
Rip.
so is there like a cutout where the wormage is at, and it just flops out or hangs out?
Well, you got nothing on. Fishnet singlet. I don't know.
I'm trying to picture it. I'm not sure about that. But well, yeah, it's an aesthetic for sure.
With the fishnet singlet, I guess it would have those little things. So I don't know if my big, huge snabits it would get stuck in the fishnet thing. I mean, I'm above average length, above average width, have been circumcised. You know, I get it fluffed to give it the illusion of length, trim the pubes too. So it should be a great experience. So if I'm on the Just Only fans doing this, and then I can take my teeth out and have the hood on and just the magic tongue just going. So
I
this
think
is
you're
this is
gonna
what
make
we got to
millions.
look. This is what we and now I can go. I'll go 60-40 with you. I get 60, but and you only get 40 since you're my brainchild.
It
So what
sounds
the hell,
fair.
right?
So she
It
gets
sounds
Okay.
40
fair.
for doing nothing. I think it'd be great. Just set
Yeah.
up your
But I
account.
can't
Yeah,
set it up.
be good.
I'll have to
I can't.
edit it and post it, but I'm there for it.
Oh,
I
you don't
got
have to edit. You have to edit
Mm,
OnlyFans.
not really, but we're just gonna make sure he has content out.
Well, she's gonna. It'll be the thing where there's a fully erected penis, and there's a flash of it going on. And here's another one from a different angle and
What
stuff.
was Ray Lynn's favorite place to wrestle?
That's hard. I had so many favorites. I really liked being over in Japan. That was a whole new thing. China, when I got to go there, the production was incredible. But it was wrestling's kind of new in China,
I was gonna say I
so
never even knew they had wrestling in China.
yeah, I think
Is-
maybe like 5 years before the pandemic, they started bringing wrestling into China. But there's big money, so like the productions of the shows were huge. The lighting was amazing, everything was amazing, but the fans didn't totally understand it. So you really had to like show them what wrestling was. It was pretty cool.
Hmm.
But as far as the United States goes, I think I always get like my hometown crowd in Pittsburgh is amazing. Uh, I always get so nervous. I'm like, if no one's gonna react to me, that would probably kill me. But I get really nervous for those shows, but they're always great.
So who all have you wrestled for in the States?
In the States, I started at OVW. I've been fortunate enough to wrestle all over. I moved a lot too. So like I lived in Louisville, I lived in Pittsburgh, I lived in Detroit, California, and now I'm in Dallas. But I've wrestled for every major TV company. I wrestled for Women of Wrestling and Ring of Honor, Impact, TNA. When I started at OVW, it was Impact I don't was it TNA or Impact at the time? I don't remember. But that put me on the map with them really early. So I was fortunate enough to continuously do stuff with them throughout the years. I think WWE and AEW. I think that was a couple years ago. So like 3 years ago, I signed a deal with WoW that was like exclusive, and I wasn't allowed to do other TVs for a while. So before that, I worked for everybody else.
Tell us a little bit about WoW. What's that? Go ahead, Rip.
No, I'm just saying she's just a top pro. She's just making her mark in the business.
Yeah, just making towns kind of sometimes. It's not as much like I feel like I'm way less busy now after the pandemic. Before I like in 2019 was like the busiest year ever. I wasn't even cutting hair anymore. I was just wrestling because I had so much and I was going so many different places. But then the pandemic happened and things really slowed down. I'm lucky if I get 6 to 8 shows a month now.
Well, there's always hair to cut. There's always
A
beards.
lot of hair to cut and there's a lot of supplements to push.
Mm-hmm. And when you're on the worldwide internet or whatever the hell, plugging this and that, being over, always showing a little bit of cleavage, showing you're not fucking fat there. Got the makeup on, this or that. Hey, you got it together. You got it together, girl.
Doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Screaming Baboon, $5 super chat. Didn't they chase you on the street and try to touch your hair in China? Did the I don't know, is that a derogatory term I'm not supposed to say? Minders follow you everywhere. Did you eat bats? China flu. A lot of questions there, Screaming Baboon.
So my last time in China was right before the pandemic. I was there December 2019. So I didn't know that everything was going on until I got back and my parents were like, "Oh, we're glad you're home." So as far as people chase it, people took pictures of you while you walked down the street, and people would hand me their babies to take pictures with. And they don't really see a lot of, especially the one area I was in was they don't see a lot of blonde hair, blue eyed girls. So, but people were very kind. Mostly they would just stop you and take pictures. They were interested to see why you were there. But I didn't really, and I definitely didn't eat any bat, but I ate a lot of weird stuff. I don't even know what I ate for the most part. I just know I didn't eat bat.
It might have been bat, but they
It might have
kayfabed you and you
been.
don't know. So it's
It
all,
might have
it
been.
tasted great. That's all you know,
Yeah, I'm just gonna eat the food.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Baboon. He said minders are secret police. I didn't know that.
There's like robots everywhere there. That was
Oh,
the
really?
craziest thing. Yeah, so you go through the airport security and it like scans you like a full body. We do that now with the biometrics at the airports. But it scans you as soon as you come in, and there's like little robots everywhere that are like kind of tracking everything you do while you're there. It's kind of wild. Very futuristic.
A couple questions about, have you ever been injured? Do you have any injuries to speak of? Past
Yeah,
or
a lot. Well, most of them are like minor, right? So when you're wrestling, you're always something hurts all the time. But I broke my hand. I shattered my hand, so I had to take some time out for that because I have like hardware in there now. I broke my patella and my knee. That one wasn't that bad. That was like 2 months out. But usually it's just like bumps and bruises. Like I've torn my shoulder, I think my rotator cuff, but it's just a tiny tear. So mostly rehab stuff for that. But I had my tooth knocked through my lip. So it's always something, mostly just bruises though.
nice. I hate to bring this back up, Rip, but I always wonder myself. So we're gonna ask this question: why do you always call it just OnlyFans instead of
Yeah.
OnlyFans? Why do you always
Well,
say just OnlyFans?
Well, what's the official thing?
I think it's OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Okay. Well, in OnlyFans,
You always say just OnlyFans.
well, I'm allowed to say what I want.
We can, but we just want to know why.
Okay. Well,
We're allowed to ask why. You can say what you want, but we can also ask why you say it that way.
because from now on, I'm going to say it that way every time, just to piss
You say
everybody
it that
off.
way every time anyway.
Well, okay. Well, I like I wait a minute, GAF.
GAF. I feel like I have to Google that. What do you
Give
GAF?
Give a fuck.
give a fu-
Oh
give a
no.
yeah. Yeah, throw your LO there and whatever all the shit is that I don't know what about.
Has the Machine wants to know how it was like wrestling Nia Jax on Raw. Did you wrestle Nia Jax on Raw?
I did. And I actually forget about it pretty often because it was so quick. It was the quickest money I ever made.
Oh yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
I bet everybody wanted to forget about that match when they had that big lard ass in there.
I think it
got out
was
there
all
live,
30
huh? That's
seconds.
cool.
So the best paycheck I ever made for that amount of time.
Any recent contacts with WWE or AEW? Are you still with WoW? Is that still a non-thing?
So I recently got fired. So I
Oh.
can start contacting other companies now. I guess that's the business plan, is to start contacting other companies now that I'm not there anymore.
Fired, huh? You took
Fired.
a
Yeah.
page out of Rip's book, huh? Got fired.
Hey, every star's been fired.
And I feel like it's you get fired and then they'll rehire you and then you get fired and then but I feel like I probably should have got fired last season, but I got fired going back into this season.
Do you want to elaborate at all on the firing? It's totally up
I
to
guess
you.
I can. I was doing things that I wasn't supposed to as per my contract.
Let you do it.
Well, wait a minute. Were those sexual shenanigans or anything?
No, I mean, no.
Can you elaborate?
So, okay, I'll elaborate a little bit. So I went and worked for this company called Lingerie Fighting something. So it's wrestling, but in a little bit less clothing. It's in lingerie. And I wasn't allowed to do that, but they also paid well. And it was over in Europe. I'd never been to Europe. So I was like, risk reward, right? Risk reward.
So they found out and they fired you.
Well, yeah. So this is actually really funny. Whenever I first started, and this kind of goes back to the beginning of my career, when I first started at OVW, I didn't realize that, like, even though I didn't post it on my page, doesn't mean that other people aren't going to see it. right? So I was taking indie bookings whenever I first started at OVW, and I remember getting called into Danny Davis's office and him being like, "Are you doing these shows?" And I'm like, "Oh no, of course not." And he goes, "Well, you're on the flyer." And I, like I said, I didn't realize just because I wasn't sharing it didn't mean other people weren't going to see it. Internet's big. So even still to this day, I'm like, just because I don't share it doesn't mean my boss isn't going to see it.
I hear the internet's catching on. I'm not sure.
And here, 13 years later, I still don't understand.
Oh, wow. Teacher Rip.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Technology. You know, well, hell, I'll be advertised for shows. I wasn't there. That's been happening for
Oh,
years
yeah.
and years and years. Somebody just put a picture and put it up there, and they said, "Well, hell, he might draw 2 more people." And then all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, he had travel problems. He's not here tonight. So the guy that worked the first match has got to work twice, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, but she was really booked though, Rip. She just
No, I
if she
just said
didn't.
I said I wasn't, but I don't know. They're just using my picture. But then whenever you're there and actually doing it, and then I actually posted a lot about the LFC. I knew what I was doing going into it. I knew I was probably going to get some backlash for it, but like I said, risk reward. It was something I really wanted to do, and I feel like I'm pretty busy outside of WoW, and I just kind of want to see what happens. I rolled the dice a little bit, if you
So
will.
I'm sure I'm just asking this question for people in the chat or maybe even Rip. It's not, not for me personally, but is this lingerie wrestling something that we could go watch right now? Or
Yeah, it's
is
on
that just a
YouTube. They
private?
put the matches up on YouTube.
Oh, wow. So your lingerie match is on YouTube.
Yeah, I have a few of them. I started working for them back in like 2016 when I moved to the West Coast. And then I took a hiatus because I wasn't really allowed to do stuff like that. And this year I decided to go back. That's what I'll be in Vegas for for Halloween.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit. You're going to be doing exciting stuff.
We'll get you some tickets, Rip.
Yeah, go Rip. You need
We'll
to
get
go.
you all cleaned up.
Yeah.
We're gonna clean up that beard and then we'll get you to the show and we'll do some of your OnlyFans stuff. You got a busy week coming up. You better be ready.
You got to shave, OnlyFans, and you get to go watch lingerie wrestling, Rip. That's going to be one hell of a week for you.
Shit, I better not touch myself for at least a week.
Yeah,
so
save that.
Instead of eking out, it might come up and hit me in the eye when I explode. So,
oh God,
you have your glasses on. It'll be fine.
Yeah, well, if I take my glasses off, I can't see nothing anyway.
I'll make sure I tell my mom not to watch this episode.
Me too.
I can just see the king shaking his head.
Oh, he would be.
Hey, the Oktoberfest at Seymour was over. Was the king the star of it again?
I didn't go. He didn't go. He didn't go either. I didn't go.
The king didn't make the Oktoberfest. The biggest happening.
He can't do all the walking around anymore.
Well, I understand that,
So somebody asked, Bull Diggins said, did you wrestle Tekla or whatever her name is? Did you wrestle her?
No, I don't think she was in Japan at the same time as me. I was over there for Marvelous. So I worked for Marvelous, Sendai, Diana, and I think Wave. I think she was there for Stardom, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Japan's about the size of the state of Indiana. and they got more people and more wrestling companies, more wrestling shows. They got everything. And then all of a sudden you look at how big it really is. And as far as how big it is, it ain't very big. It's unbelievable the shit they do there.
There's so many independent companies there now. Like they just pop up left and right.
Well, there's always somebody. It's a Powerball winner, or whatever. Somebody gets there and gets their big inheritance or something like that. And hey, I want to be a wrestling promoter. I want to run all girls wrestling shows.
Yeah.
And then I'll let Ray Lyn do it. And then she could line me up where they have to do me as much as I want, and that's part of it.
Well, I don't think that always happens, but they just want to hang out with you. Like there's so many people that start wrestling companies, I think, to just hang out with the wrestlers. They
Yeah,
don't
I
last
would agree
long.
with that. I don't know how many of them are lottery winners. I'd like to take a poll to see how many people actually won the lottery and started a wrestling company. I would say it's few or none.
I remember when I started, there was a guy that got hit by a bus, and he used all of this money that he got from the payout to run these wrestling shows.
Yeah, maybe so then. I don't know.
No one ever came to these shows, but there were so many people on them.
That's wild. Your boy Screamy Baboon Rip, $2 super chat. He wants to be invited to this extravaganza in Vegas for that week and be your mender, which is a secret cop, and fluffer, Rip.
Oh wow.
Kind of a
what an offer.
Kind of a weird double offer, whatever. He wants to be a secret cop and a fluffer. I didn't know Baboon swung that way, Rip.
I didn't either. Somebody, Chubbo, called me. Chubbo. So my thing was interrupted for a minute, but now I'm on and whatever, but I'm back on here. So lucky I didn't.
We were worried, Rip. We were worried.
Yeah. Well, I got to figure out how to get back on. You know that, Mr. Technology, I'm not. You know, just put a computer in front of me and I can put a paper plate on it on top of that and eat me a sandwich. That's all that matters.
Looks like our chat's already found you. Working for Lingerie Fighting Championship, somebody said.
Yes. Was that what was the question?
It wasn't a question. It said it looks like Ray Lyn worked for Lingerie Fighting Championships. I think they're Googling it already.
Yeah. I actually, at first I was a little bit like sketchy on doing it. And then I feel I like doing the matches. They're rounds and I have a background in fighting. So I really enjoy these matches. It's a little bit less clothing than I wear in the ring, but not much.
So is it real? Is it a shoot? It's not a shoot.
It's a shoot. It's like work shoot.
Yeah. Huh.
I really enjoy it. I like that kind of wrestling. I don't get to do that very much. So it's a lot of fun for me.
Do you have like a real, I know you said you box. Do you have any like a fighting background besides boxing?
So I am a black belt in karate. I did kickboxing and boxing. Most of the grappling I've learned was through wrestling. And like whenever you're over in Japan, whenever you're in the dojos, you're grappling every day. So we did lots and lots of wrestling, especially whenever there were girls coming in, the young girls, we just wrestled them all. Like I think we would do like 3 or 4 minute rounds with them. And so there'd be just one like young girl in the ring and we would all like fight her for like 30 minutes and they had to keep going. I learned a lot there.
So you said you did have Rip partly as a trainer in OVW?
I got to train with Rip like 3 or 4 times, not much.
Oh, that's it. So not like a lot.
Yeah, I knew Rip and I had been around him quite a bit, but I'm pretty sure the girls weren't in his class at the time.
I was just wondering if you had any stories on Rip when he was training you or.
Well, I know the one time I trained with him, he only called me a cunt one time, and I was like, I did good today.
I don't know if you can say it on YouTube Live, but
oh God, sorry.
We've been on here for 3.5 years. Ray Lyn's gonna get us taken off the air.
Can you beep it?
I didn't know it's already happened. It's live. We're live. Surely YouTube won't listen. No, they surely don't listen to our show.
They know we're all bullshit.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's quite all right. That'd be a great way to go. I think it'd be pretty cool. Rip's own word coming back to haunt him.
But
you know why you got fired, Rip? Basically for saying the C word.
I don't know. Well, they could have got me for 100 different things, and I didn't give a shit. It didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
Yeah.
But no, the thing about it is, I had to. If you could make it through my class, you could put up with anything, because girls hate girls. So when you come in, oh, look at that bitch. She thinks she's fucking hot. So all the girls, they're going to try and get you fired because they're unattractive, they're fat, or they got a bad attitude, or they ain't worth a shit, but they're having sexual favors with people that own a company or something like that. It's just the goddamn wrestling business. It's always been that way. So I try and toughen you up, where if I'm yelling, cussing, you screaming, where somebody else does that, you might start crying. But no, get in there and do that shit. You know what I mean?
You like, and from that sense too, like I bartended for a long time, so I always think like I have a thick skin from that. And I think he's right. Like anytime he did say anything, I didn't feel like it was like hateful. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, it wasn't hateful at all. He's right though. Wrestling's rough. Like from the very people who try to act like it's changed and people are, oh yeah, this and that. Like, yeah, you're excited for people, but at the same time, people still they don't want to see you do better than them. Rip used to say that all the time. Like people want to see
Everybody
you
loves you.
succeed, but they don't want to see you do better than them.
Yeah,
It's
then all of
true.
a sudden they hate you.
Yeah. And then they'll come up with any reason. They'll be like, yeah, but she did this. Yeah, but that. So
It's
you really
always
do
the
have to
yeah,
toughen
but.
up. And then also fans can be really relentless with social media now too. Like things that fans say, you have to get a pretty tough skin because they're going to say nasty things to you. They're going to say not only about your wrestling, but they're going to comment on how you look. They're going to comment when you lose weight, gain weight. If they don't like your hair, if they think your gear sits weird, just everything. Like, and it's all the time. So you really do have to toughen up.
That's why you always carry a little mirror with you and say, now what do you see? They see them, the fat, ugly piece of fucking nothing happening piece of shit.
All right. I've never had this request before, but for $2, I think we'll do it. Vaughn, show her my picture. Okay. We do have a picture of Screaming Baboon in the whatever. There. Screaming Baboon wants me to show you his picture, his massive bicep, I guess. He is also a fluffer for Rip, so don't get too excited. There you go, Scream. I can't even figure out how to take it down. All right, there we go.
I can see Ray Lyn just grabbing that big arm and doing pull-ups, doing chin-ups on that big bar and getting in shape.
But that's going to cost you.
I was going to say, he can rent you, right? Just pay me. Yeah. Money in advance.
Whatever.
And then do whatever. And then all you got to do is, and he's done. Get out it. Next. You be paying that money, baby.
You can wear lingerie, and I wear my vinyl hood.
This is getting weird.
Well, you're on Wrestling with Rip Rogers. We're not talking wrestling. Hey, we mentioned all this WWE stuff. Hey,
read your paper plate, Rip. Read your paper plate.
Oh, okay.
You gotta have it.
I didn't talk about Adam Parsons moving. He got a new car lot place job. So.
Well, we have a guest on right now. I meant you don't have any more. You don't have any notes on Ray Lyn on your paper. Oh, Rip does. He always gets prearranged bullshit. The guy that always preaches you don't need notes or prearranged shit takes notes for the show.
I think he might argue that he's getting older.
Yes, that's always his thing. He says, "Wait till you're 71."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice goal to get, 71.
Yeah, it would.
You know,
maybe I'll be using a paper plate too at 71. We'll see. I don't know.
The main thing is, no matter what, you're going to be tall, no matter what. So that's the main thing.
I'm down at least an inch or more from where I used to be.
Oh, already? Do you think it's from wrestling?
No, I think it's just from being old. I'll be 52 this month. I think. I mean, the taller you are, I was 6'5" in my prime, so I think the taller you are, maybe the more you're
more gravity
apt to lose over time.
Yeah, the gravity really pulls down on you.
Yeah, I was like 6'3.5", and I was like, wait, I said you need to do that again. They did it again. She's like, I could give you 6'3 3/4. I said, no, you're gonna make it 6'4". I'm not going ever to 6'3" anything after I used to have 6'5" written down.
We're not taking that much off of it.
No.
It's going to get some lifts in your shoes.
I need something. It's all going downhill. Well, hey, when guys get older, that you're either bow-legged and you lose 2 inches, or your knees go in. So
yeah.
Hell.
Oh yeah, like Hulk Hogan, man. When I stood by him, I was 2 inches taller than him. His knees were just totally
Yeah.
boat in.
And he had his inside lifts and his outside lifts in.
I just
So
always wonder with like the back and everything how much shorter I'm getting every year just from all these bumps.
Yeah. You're not
It'll
real
be
tall
fine.
anyway, are you? How tall are you?
No, I'm 5'4".
Oh well. See, that's what I'm saying. So you'll lose like a half inch.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Not bad at all. 70QQ said, Vaughn, please let her know the chat is actually cleaned up today out of respect for her. It's usually much worse.
yeah, this is really good for us, at least for me.
I've actually watched a few of your shows, and the one I was like surprised Rip was so quiet. I'm glad
Because
you're chatty today.
do you know who was it a guest on the show or was it just
Yeah,
me?
there was a guest. I think it was the Hager one.
Oh
Jake
yeah.
Hager.
Rip was so quiet.
Yeah, he picks and chooses his spots. Like if we have a girl on here, he's real giddy and talks a lot.
He hums it up.
We have a guy on here, he usually just sits there, and then at the end he says the same thing every time. I just sitting there listening to stories, man.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't attracted to Jake, you know. Now, if you're female, and even if you got a bag on your head, as long as you're not heavy, you know, and don't have that aggressive attitude, the wormage works down here, you know.
What's the one girl's name we had on here? This gosh, she wrestled in OVW for a minute before, like right in the beginning of the contract. The sex therapist. What was her name, Rip?
I can't remember.
First question, Rip says, will you show us your tits?
Yeah. Did she show them or not?
No, she was like pissed.
Oh, well.
I ended up taking that episode down. It's the only episode I've ever taken off YouTube was that one.
Oh.
Oh.
We did some of them that didn't even play because,
that's not
like
true.
It's like when we had Bolin on there and he kept hogging the thing, right?
That was when you were doing that was with Man Beast. That wasn't even this show.
Well, fuck, I can't remember. Well, goddamn, how long?
We've never had bowling on this show. We've been doing this for 3.5 years, and Kenny Bolin's never been on this show.
Oh, okay. Well, whoever I did it with Bolin, I didn't put it on there. So, yeah, he would just take over, wouldn't get off. So I said, okay, just let him play, but he ain't gonna play it. What the fuck? Somebody got to do that.
I cannot think of her name. It's going to drive me nuts.
I think that was a bit before my time, so I don't know who that is.
Yeah, when did you get to OVW? I remember coming back for like those homecoming shows.
You were at my homecoming.
Yeah, I think that's when you were I don't think you were ever down there like when I was actually like training down there or whatever.
2013.
Oh,
I think is when I started.
Yeah.
I do because I saw my homecoming thing pop up because it's August, and you were on the flyer.
Yeah, I used to go down for those, but yeah, I can't remember what's 2000. When did they move into the new building, Rip?
97, I think.
No,
wait, no, that ain't right.
2005, 6.
I remember a lot of the old WWE guys. They was in the old buildings. I remember.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, I mean that's where I first started training with Nick. Was in the old building in Jeffersonville.
When Jim Cornette's mother died, I remember going. We went to the funeral, and then Danny he says, "I want to show you the new building." Whenever that was. So if I Google when Jim Cornette's mother died, then that was when we was in the process of getting that.
So did you go to OVW first from Pittsburgh, or were you elsewhere before that?
So I suddenly had this idea in my head that I wanted to be a pro wrestler. I didn't grow up watching pro wrestling, but I'm 23. It was on TV. I'm like, that looks cool. I'm going to give that a try. So I started Googling around places to go. I checked a few places out in Pittsburgh, and they were like in storage units, which I guess is pretty normal. But I didn't know what normal was for wrestling school. And I pulled up a couple and I was visiting places. And when I checked out OVW, I mean, you walk in and they have pictures of like John Cena and Randy Orton and Batista, like as soon as you walk in and you walk through. And it was just really nice compared to these other places I had checked out. So I decided that I was going to move down to Louisville to start my training. I looked at everything that I didn't go to college, but if I had went to college, I would have looked around like that, right? I didn't. The person that I met in Pittsburgh to train, like they hadn't done anything in wrestling, and they kept talking about indie wrestling, and I didn't know what that was. I all I knew is I wanted to go to WWE, and I didn't know what this independent wrestling was. And when you walk into OVW, you see all the WWE stars on the wall, and I was like, oh, I got to go there if I want to do that.
Yeah, helps for sure.
Yeah, and it does. Like, and then I trained back up in Pittsburgh with some of these people, and they're great. But I feel like I learned so much more about like character and stuff from Al. Nick taught me the basics, so I'm really glad I did it the way I did and started at OVW and then like expanded elsewhere.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. So Nick was there when you were there?
Yeah, Nick was my trainer for I did the beginners class twice because I really had no clue. I was like, I don't get this at all. It was because, like I said, I came from like kickboxing and stuff like that. So I really just wasn't understanding wrestling as a whole concept. So I did the beginners class twice, and then I went on to, I think, Trailer Park Trash's class. And
All right.
yeah.
PPT, baby.
So that, and then, like I said, I moved all around. I trained at the House of Truth for a while in Detroit, and I feel like that really helped me get comfortable because his training classes were like 7, 8 hours a day, and it was 3 days a week. So that's when I got like super comfortable, and everything just started flowing after that.
Awesome. We got some info in the chat. So it was Ronnie Jonah. That was through the
oh yeah,
was the sex therapist. So no, that episode is not up anymore. I took it down. I don't know what that one is. And Cornette's mom supposedly died in 2002.
okay.
So, and then LD Doc says the shrinking, my shrinking. So Ray Lyn, if you're worried about you shrinking in the future, because the disc between the spinal vertebrae are getting smaller, says try some dead hangs and yoga type stretches.
Oh, I do that stuff.
All right. Well, see, you're going to get taller then.
Yes.
Taller. You're going to be about 6 foot before you're all said and done.
I can't wait.
All right. I think we're about out of here. You guys, you got anything to plug or anything? I know Rip keeps pushing this protein, and now is this your own stuff, or are you just doing like a influencer type thing? You got what do you got to plug here?
Gaspari athlete.
So Rick Gaspari, Rick Gaspari from years ago was a big time bodybuilder. Yeah.
He's actually reached out to a couple of us pro wrestlers and offered us affiliates program. So we get some supplements every month, which has been so great. I didn't really take supplements before, and I've just noticed so much, like my recovery so much quicker now that I am. So I use the Gaspari protein. Like I said, I have the another lingerie fight coming up in Vegas at the end of the month. I'm super excited about. You can follow all that on my social media. My Instagram is the one I use the most. It's at @it's_Ray Lyn. And you can see I post everything there.
I should have had you send me the is there a code that people can use for your protein?
I have that in my link, but I can send that to you.
Yeah, I should have had you send it to me before the show, and I could have put it on here. But
plugged it.
Sorry about that. Billy Ray Dollar though, $4.99 super chat said, "What a gracious guest! She rolls with the punches." So,
thanks.
Oh, Billy, I can see Billy Ray's. He's attracted. I can Rachel. I can see you dominating him. Oh, yeah. talking dirty, talking smack to him. Yes, Ray Lyn. Yes, Ray. Yes, Ray. Here. Let me buy you this. Let me buy you that.
Like I said, whatever you want, just make sure the money's coming.
Oh, yeah. Holy shit. She's vicious. Just like all women are. I just want to punch them out.
Okay, Rip.
Well, no, but you'd block it and you'd nail me. Oh, I got my Macho Man shirt on.
I want to show Ray Lyn your family picture here. I don't know if she can see it or not.
Is Rip the big blonde guy?
I would say Rip was probably the blonde guy of the whole family. Yes.
Oh, I love that.
Look at that, brothers and sisters.
That was when I was normal.
That's when you were normal, huh?
Yeah, I had Randy's Macho Man. I had the Go to Hell headband on and one of Randy's T-shirts since we wore the same clothes, just swapping back and forth.
I have a question for Rip. I don't think I ever asked him this.
Okay.
So, like, you went with them. Were you like quiet in the car and just like listening to everything going on?
Oh, with who now?
Whenever you were traveling with the Poffos.
Oh, I just shut up and listened. Because
Yeah.
all they were second generation, and then his dad had been, my gosh. So I just, and that's how I learned everything, was shutting up and listening. And they'd ask I'd have to vote on stuff about stuff in the territory. I said, I ain't voting. I ain't got enough experience to. Forget it. I ain't doing it. I don't, you guys know more than I do. Whatever you think's best, just do it. There's not like some goofball that has an opinion. And as soon as he opens his mouth, he's a goofball. So shut your mouth. Just stand there, look good. If you're the good, just be hot looking, pose, spin, pooch that butt, get the titties out, and you'll be doing fine. We're in a look at business, right? Everything's visual. So, it's like a girl. I said, well, she's got everything, but she got that big mouth. Oh, that put a piece of tape on her mouth, and then you don't have to listen to her. That'll drive you fucking crazy. Anyway,
I was trying to find a picture of me and Rip when I was like 4 years old on his shoulders, but the only thing that I could find right now, I don't know. Can you see that right now, Rip?
There's Julie.
So that's Rip and my.
Who's that?
Called the Sports Scene. So he just had this like little sports newspaper. So it was always like me and my sister in it, and Rip. So there's a picture out of the Sports Scene with Rip and my sister there. I don't even know what you guys were doing.
I love that.
I think you're plugging a show at the Armory, I think it says.
Well, the
How
king,
about that, Rip?
Yeah, well, the king was busy. The king was just busy being the king. So I just shut up and did what he said. No matter
King's
what.
My dad, by the way. That's
okay.
Yeah, we go back a long way. I was always over at their house doing shit. I'd burn my bridges everywhere. Anybody else in town, they just stay away from that nut,
Oh, we got one last one. Screaming Baboon. He's in love. He found his true love today. So.
Thank you.
We just made a love connection. Are you married, Ray Lyn? Do you have a boyfriend, married? What
long-term boyfriend.
Long-term lover. Sorry. Sorry, Baboon. You're out of luck.
Well, no, she should say no. She's totally single. Then you can get every dime he's got. Get real.
Yeah, that's why we don't post partners on social media or anything.
That's classic there. That's awesome.
I'm partners. I got a young boy and an old man, but the old man has more money. So what the hell, right?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever keeps you paid.
All right. Where's let's see. I got a lot of people to thank today. We got a lot of super chats today. Screaming Baboon, Frank's Pickle Barrel Ass, center of the board. We had some big ones on here earlier today. Shane Parks, center of the board again. Screaming Baboon a bunch of times. Shane Parks, Billy Ray Dollar, Screaming Baboon, Billy Ray Dollar, Screaming Baboon. All the top stars were here today. 26 super chats today, Rip.
This is the greatest show we did today.
We're going to play a little outro song. Rip Boy says he can't hear it. We'll see if you can hear it. Can you hear the song right now?
Well, it's not on right now.
No,
you can't hear it either? No. Oh, my gosh. Everybody else can hear it.
It's not on. You're just ribbing.
He's ribbing.
The other day we had a guest and they could hear it. I think it was RVD that could hear it that day.
Okay.
Oh, wait, you were here then, though. You were still here at that time.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're out of here. Anybody got anything? You guys got any last comments or anything?
Well, we'd like to thank Miss Ray Lyn for being on. Is it Rachel's the kayfabe name, right?
Yeah.
So no matter what, guys, don't call her Rachel. Just call her Ray Lyn. She's over, and then you can, plug your shit. You can get all them vitamins from her, and then she's in. Fly her in and give her all that money. You can dress up. She's got a whip and this and that, and just make sure it's cash. That's all I need, just cash. But anyway, I'd like to thank her for being on here, and had so much shit going on. I still had stuff on my paper plate, but it don't get any better than that. So thanks to Miss Ray Lyn again, and we'll play the music and get the hell out of here.